So the Red Sox take the game 3-0, and they take the series from the New York Yankees. Boston still hanging around. The Yankees still looking for the form that brought them to the best record in baseball not too long ago. They don't have it anymore. All right, so for more on this AL East showdown between the Yankees and Red Sox in Beantown, we bring in former MLB Executive of the Year, Jim Bowden. Jim, the Yankees, they still lead the AL East by over 10 games. They're still comfortably in a position where they're going to make the playoffs, but they're not quite the team that we saw before the All-Star break. Something is amiss. Where is your panic meter with the New York Yankees right now?
Yeah, I don't have any panic meter. I think, I was texting with Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, the other day. And, I think if you're going to have a hiccup during the season, I'd much rather have it in July and August than I would in September and October. And I think they certainly need to start to turn things around. They just, hadn't had the pitching. And when they do get the pitching, they didn't get the hitting like this weekend. I mean, I don't remember the last time I saw a Red Sox-Yankee series where neither team scored more than 3 runs in any of the 3 games. And certainly watching these games over the weekend, you would never think the Yankees had a 15.5 game lead over Boston in the standings. But that's where we are. That being said, look, I think a lot of things are starting to get better for New York, but the bats weren't able to get together. They faced some really good pitching. I mean, Michael Wacha on Sunday was amazing, right? 7 innings, a 2-hit ball, great downward plane on his fastball, but his changeup was unhittable. He really, Judge struck out 3 times in this game on Sunday, and the way Walker could throw that 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in and throw the changeup under the strike zone was really incredible. And really, when you look at it, Boston pitched well all weekend. Nathan Eovaldi on Friday was 6 innings, 2 runs against them. Cutter Crawford came back on Saturday, 6 innings, 2 runs again, and then, of course, Walker today. So, look, it's been a little bit of a struggle for the Yankees, no question about it. It's way too early to panic right now. There's a lot of baseball left. And, look, if I had told Yankee fans back in March that on August 14th you'd have a 10-game lead in the East, I think every Yankee fan would take that. That's how you have to view this thing. It's a 162-game schedule, and when that's over, what's going to really matter is October. Yankees are going to win this division. They don't have to have the best record in the league to sit there and do it. It's okay if Houston has a better record. What matters is getting this team ready for October. They've got 6 weeks to do that.
Yeah, and the AL East, top to bottom, really good. There's 7 teams within 5 games of each other battling for the 3 wild card spots in the American League. The rest of the East is in that group. Red Sox, they're the team that's 5 games out. How much of a shot do you give the Red Sox right now of making the playoffs?
Oh, they don't have much of a shot to do this. Look, I know Alex Cora doesn't want to hear that. Alex will never give up. And this team can grind like they did this weekend, right? But the reality is they got to jump 4 teams to make up those 5 games. It's not just being 5 games behind. And the Blue Jays, the Orioles, and the Rays, they have better teams, quite frankly. And I'll argue that the Guardians and Twins and White Sox are better teams. The Mariners have a better team. What Alex Cora has done to keep them competitive, to me, has been absolutely amazing. And yes, they're going to get Trevor Story back. They're going to get Kike Hernandez back. Yes, they've had injured players, no doubt. But this is not a team that I can vision making October baseball. I just don't think they have the roster to do that. The lineup isn't as deep as the rest of the teams in this division. They don't have the same pitching either. So, look, they're never going to give up. I'll never bet against Rafael Devers or Xander Bogaerts or their manager, Alex Cora. But when you look at their team 1-26, they really don't measure up as a playoff team this year in the American League.
Maybe not, but the Red Sox have shown at least over this series that they can put a scare into some of the best teams in the league, including their chief rivals, the New York Yankees. Former Reds, Expos, and Nats GM Jim Bowden, thank you so much.
Thanks, Russ.
And, yeah, the Yankees, they haven't been as good recently as they were, early in the season. That's just the way it is. But as Jim Bowden says, way too early to panic. The Yankees with a 10.5 game lead right now in the American League East. They're almost a lock to make the playoffs. But at some point, they're going to need to get out of the doldrums and get back to being the team they were at the start of this season.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.